It's 2-for-1 Jack, splat, just like that. Bringing you tons of information, that's where he's at. He goes around town covering topics you'd like to know. Well, that's what you get when you tune in to the 2-for-1 Jack Show.
Elijah McClain! Say his name!
Elijah McClain!
Say his name!
Elijah McClain!
Say his name!
Elijah McClain!
Say his name!
Elijah McClain!
So today we are going to march to Weiser's office to make our voices heard. But first we are going to hear from some organizers who have been in this fight. But before that, let's get some chants going. I want this energy up through the roof. I want all of them across town. I want them to hear us on the west side. I want us to hear in Parker, everywhere. I want the energy up, y'all, okay?
Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! I stand with Tigray! I stand with Tigray! We stand with Tigray! We stand with Tigray! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! I stand with Tigray! I stand with Tigray! We stand with Tigray! We stand with Tigray! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Say no to war! 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 Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! I stand with Tigray! I stand with Tigray! I stand with Tigray! I stand with Tigray! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Say no to war! Say no to war! Say no to war! Say no to war! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! I stand with Tigray! I stand with Tigray! I stand with Tigray! I stand with Tigray! We stand with Tigray! We stand with Tigray! We stand with Tigray! We stand with Tigray! Stop war on Tigray! Stop war on Tigray! Stop war on Tigray! Stop war on Tigray! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Say no to war! Say no to war! Say no to war! Say no to war! Stop the Oh, okay. We're gonna be rerouted, folks. Hold on.
You gotta go to the east side.
Other side, guys. We're gonna have to move to the other side of the building, but before we move, we'd like to take pictures, so please, if you have time, hold on, you're in the front.
Everybody just come
Flags,
on.
put your
Wear your mask.
If you have t-shirts, please come to the front. If you have a Stand with Tigray t-shirt, please come to the front.
Everybody with flags too. With
Flags, signs, t-shirts. Please come to the front for photos. We also stand in solidarity for Elijah McClain.
Absolutely.
Picture and go. Everybody with flags. Everybody with flags.
Everybody who has a sign or flag or t-shirt, please come
Tortured
forward.
and murdered by Aurora police. He was shot in the neck with horse tranquilizer. Numerous APD officers were standing around watching, right? That's criminal. And we want charges. Now, in these 15 months, we have seen every single authority in Aurora and beyond do everything in their power to prevent those cops and everybody involved from facing consequences.
Shame!
We have seen everyone from the coroner to DA Dave Young to the mayor to the police chief all of them, making sure that those cops walk free after they murdered Elijah McClain in cold blood. And so now we have an investigation here that will determine whether those cops face criminal charges. That is what the state's investigation is set out to do. And we've seen the footage of what happened to Elijah. Everybody here who has seen what happened, we know that that was murder. And we expect murder charges. That 18-minute encounter that started with Elijah walking, dancing on his way home, and ended with him shot in the neck with a lethal dose of horse tranquilizer, that is murder. That is not inconclusive. We want criminal charges, and we will settle for nothing less. That's what we're here to say. So let's be clear, it is an uphill battle to get justice for Elijah McClain. We do not have the luxury to be naive about this. We have seen how this plays out over and over and over again, all over the country. It is so difficult, even when these cops are caught on camera, even when it's blatant that they strangled or they put a knee on someone's neck or they shot someone in their pajamas. It is nearly impossible to get these cops convicted. The only thing that will get them convicted is a movement like this that continues to fight and fight and fight until we get it. And that's why we've been out here all summer, for months, in protest after protest, risking literally everything. Because a lot of you were there when a Jeep tried to run us over. A lot of you have taken tear gas and rubber bullets. Some of us are facing prison time for this. But this is the only thing that will ensure that there is justice for Elijah McClain. Because if we don't fight, it is guaranteed that there will be no justice for Elijah McClain. Opened his investigation on June 25th. That was 10 months after Elijah had been killed. That was 8 months after the DA had decided he wasn't going to file any charges.
On the street.
June 25th was at the height of our protests, right?
Right. People.
They are scared of the power of the people. That is the only thing that moves them. And so we are very suspicious to see these changes come at a time when the movement has not, we haven't had a protest in a few weeks. They just came after protest leaders and are hitting us with potentially decades in prison.
Right.
So I really want to know, does Polis think that we're done?
No.
Hell no! Hell no!
Does Polis think that this movement's been scared away?
No.
And that now it's safe to reel back this investigation?
No.
I'm afraid that he thinks that. So we're here to make it very damn clear. We are nowhere near done. We will only be done when we get justice for Elijah McClain. So are we going to wait and give them the benefit of the doubt?
No!
Are we going to just let this play out and see how it goes?
No.
Are we going to be here in the streets every damn time that it is required? And you can bet on that, Polis, and you can bet on that, Wiser, and that is our message today. Okay, I want to state something for the police who we know are watching. We know from experience that they watch every single thing that we do. They watch every live stream.
Fuck you!
I got a message for you. This is a peaceful demonstration. We are here exercising what we know are our First Amendment rights to speech, to assembly, to dissent. We are not the violent ones. That is you. We are here because you murdered Elijah McClain. Because you have protected those murderers on your force. We are here to end the violence. You have met us with chemical weapons and live ammunition, and we are still here because we are dedicated, and that is what scares them. That's right. So, we want to urge everyone here to be disciplined today, to know the risks that we take when we're out here in the streets, that even legal protest will be criminalized, and we have to act in unity to protect this movement. So be united, we are militant, but we are disciplined. That is our message through all of this. What are we? Militant, but disciplined. Because we will be here, we are determined to deliver on our promise that if they don't give us justice, well, we won't give them peace.
In the city of Aurora and the state of Colorado have done everything in their power to prevent justice. They have some gall to charge me with obstructing anything. They want to look at obstruction, just look at their own offices. Just look at their own people that have used every single bureaucratic maneuver in the book to prevent justice from coming to that boy and to that boy's family. So, I would like to go through again, for the cameras, for the media, all the ways in which they have tried to obstruct justice for Elijah McClain. And this is not the first time some of you have heard it, and it will not be the last, and we're going to be talking about it until we're blue in the face. One, not just three, but numerous Aurora police officers were present on the scene and watched while Elijah was tortured and injected with the lethal dose of ketamine. They stood idly by as Aurora police officers Nathan Woodyard, Randy Rodima, and Jason Rosenblatt tortured Elijah, threatened to sick police dogs on him, and called in Aurora Fire and Rescue, despite the fact that he had committed no crime and was completely restrained.
For shame!
Two, Aurora Police and Aurora Fire and Rescue refused to fire the murderers from their forces or even remove them from operating on our streets after they tortured and murdered Elijah McClain. Three, APD classified Elijah as a suspect in the case, and to this day refused to change the classification. This bars the McClains from being eligible for basic forms of financial remittances, including such things as funeral costs.
Fucked up!
Let him hear it. Four, the Aurora Coroner's Office allowed APD officers and officials from the DA's office to be present for the autopsy of Elijah's body. Aurora Coroner Stephen Sina went far out of his way to list numerous potential causes of death, even though it was clear that Elijah would have made it home alive that night, had it not been for the intervention of the Aurora Police Department. The report determined the cause of death inconclusive, aiding the district attorney in clearing the killers of the charges. It wasn't inconclusive. The cops killed them. That's conclusive. 5. Adams County District Attorney Dave Young refused to file charges against any of Elijah's killers. Can we just get an extra boo for Dave Young? Thank you, thank you. Mike Kaufman, now mayor of Aurora, and also somebody who covered up war crimes in Iraq, by the way, look that up, ran amid the controversy over Elijah's murder. He ran promising that getting justice in Elijah's case would be his first priority as mayor of Aurora. He promised to reach out to the McClain family upon election. When he was in fact elected, he did not reach out to the McClains or take steps to get justice. He instead hired a sham independent investigator who was a former cop who, as his profession, clears cops of guilt. 7. 6 Aurora City Council members, Charlie Richardson, Dave Gruber, Johnny Watson, Francois Bergen, Marsha Bergens, and Bob Roth, wore thin blue line t-shirts to a city council meeting amid public outcry and protest over Elijah McClain's death. For those who don't know, the thin blue line, I see no distinction between that, a Confederate flag, and a swastika. 8. 3 other officers on the Aurora Police Force, Erica Marrero, Kyle Dittrich, and Jerron Jones, took photos mocking Elijah McClain's murder at the site of his death and circulated them among the department. Right. APD allowed this and took no steps to penalize them until it was leaked to the media 8 months later by probably someone here. I don't know who did it, but thank you for that. Only once the photos were leaked were Dittrich and Moreau fired, as well as Jason Rosenblatt, one of Elijah's murderers who received the photos and laughed at the photos. So he got fired not for killing a kid, but for laughing at some photos. Jerron Jones was allowed to resign before being fired, by the way, so he wasn't actually fired, he was just resigned.
Fuck you, Jerron Jones.
9. The Fraternal Order of Police appealed to have Dittrich, Marrero, and Rosenblatt reinstated and is the strongest force pressuring APD Chief Vanessa Wilson to not fire the other 2 killers of Elijah McClain that remain on the Aurora Police Force. 10. Interim Chief Vanessa Wilson presided over the intimidation and brutal repression of protesters demanding justice for Elijah and lied about the justification for such brutality. She refuses to jeopardize her own position by firing Nathan Woodyard and Randy Rodema, the 2 killers of Elijah who still remain on APD's force. So, that's the ways that they have obstructed justice. We're not the ones on trial here, they are. So what the past 447 days has shown us is that there will be no justice and no safety for our community unless we, the people, fight for it. That's another thing that I'm going to say until we're blue in the face. And that's what y'all have been doing. Y'all out here, you're still doing it. And it's beautiful to see. For the past 447 days, activists and community members have been tirelessly fighting for Elijah. We saw this summer a surge of thousands of people. That changed the game. That changed the game. We took over a strategic nerve center by temporarily liberating I-225. We applied pressure to the police chief and city officials when we protested outside of APD District 1. We marched through working class neighborhoods, spoke to the people, invited them into the fold. We let them know that there is a movement of people here that stands with you when the police are occupying your streets and brutalizing you. We've been attacked by fascists. We've been tear gassed, shot at with projectiles, surveilled, stopped, harassed. We've been arrested. Some of us face prison time, serious time. That's the reality of challenging racism in a racist country like the United States. But although repression is scary on one hand, we also don't fear it on the other. We don't fear the specter of repression because we are already repressed. We can take the pressure. They can't. That's why they came after us. And that's ultimately why we're going to win. Oh damn, hold up. I turned my phone off. I got like a 50-digit passcode now. Hold on. I'll do that, you know. It happens. So our perseverance in the struggle these last 447 days has had a severe impact on the Aurora Police Department. Don't ever let them get that twisted. Lest we forget that the police union president, Mark Sears, told someone in the Denver Post that they were having a deep crisis of morale and that they were losing cops one by one. Y'all get that. Y'all get that. And to this day, they are still trying to get those numbers back. So the thing I want y'all to understand, and I'm going to say this also until I'm blue in the face, is that the police in this country are irredeemable. And even if they were redeemable, you should question why you would want to redeem them in the first place. The police are an enforcement arm of the system. A system, by the way, where the people, the power brokers of this system are currently, today, in this year of our Lord 2020, administering a mass die-off of people. They're going home for Thanksgiving and leaving us to die, to suffocate in our own lung fluid alone, right? They're currently administering that right now. It's not enough to just say they don't care about us, right? That's not enough. That doesn't take it far enough, okay? They have sacrificed so far 250,000 people on the altar of profit and more. And they don't care how many more bodies have to drop to make sure that stays that way. Get that through your heads. The police are defending that system. So I want you all to not just think of the politician who could have paid us to stay home and await a vaccine because they had the money to do it, but chose not to so that they could get richer. Don't just think of the politician. Think of the cops that are protecting them. Think of the mythical good cop. Think of the cool black cop that listens to Jay-Z and has the fresh cut in the dark season. Think of the girl boss cop. All cops protect that system. They're defending a system whereby, if it is not uprooted, we may not have a chance as a species. I want y'all to really, really think about it. Outkast, right? That's like the most famous song in the world. Like, that song is so influential that if your name is Miss Jackson, somebody at some point has probably gone up to you trying to be funny and be like, sorry, Miss Jackson, I am for real, right? That is affecting consciousness, all right? That is making an association in people's mind. And we want to make some associations of our own, so that when people hear the words police, the associated words should be defund and abolish. When people hear the word capitalism, the associated word should be overthrow. And when people hear the word people, the associated word should be power. And so with that said, who's got the power? We got the power! What kind of power? People power! Who's got the power? We got the power! What kind of power? People power! Mourn the dead, fight like hell for the living. Power to the people. Wheels up, let's roll.
All right, we're in front of A.G. Weiser's office. So let's make it clear. What do we want? Justice!
When do we want it?
Now! What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now! What do we want? Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it.
Shut it down!
And what do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Shut it
down! Shut it down!
Hopefully you don't need that mask.
I was in the military.
I'm just saying, hopefully you don't have to use it today. Hopefully you don't gas us out.
It's for people.
Oh, it's not a gas mask?
No.
So, where are you going to be posting the video and the pictures?
It'll be on public access television.
Great. Can you get me on there too?
Tell you what, yeah.
Okay.
Tell you what, yeah, let me hold, no. Stay right there. Stay right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. No, come over. Come over. Okay. So, tell me why you're here.
I am here because my name is Eternally Wild, street hugger Mariah Carey reincarnated, polyamorous, homeless cyclist, encompassing 4 brother husbands. I'm here because literally the voting age is too high. How are we going to defund the police if literally the police are capturing the hearts and minds of children from womb to tomb? We gotta abolish voting age to work towards universal basic suffrage, where all people, no matter their age, their income, their housing status, their criminal history, are able to vote in our elections. And so we can actually work towards defunding and abolishing the police, housing for all, universal basic income, decolonization, things like that. Decolonization starts with universal basic suffrage. So, thank you.
What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! Lives are under attack! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! Black lives are under attack! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! Black lives are under attack! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! When black lives are under attack! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! When black lives are under attack! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! Back up! We want freedom! Freedom! All these racist ass cops! We don't need them! Need them! Back up! Back up! We want freedom! Freedom! All these racist ass cops! We don't need them! Need them! Back up! Back up! We want freedom! Freedom! All these racist ass cops! We don't need them! Need them! Back up! Back up! We want freedom! Freedom! All these racist ass cops! We don't need them! Need them! Back up! Back up! We want freedom! Freedom! All these racist ass cops! We don't need them! Need them! Back up! Back up! We want freedom! Freedom! All these racist ass cops! We don't need them! Need them! Back up! Back up! We want freedom! Freedom! All these racist ass cops! We don't need them! Need them! Let's go! Say his name! Elijah McClain! 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 Who'd they kill? 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 Elijah McClain! Say his name! 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 Elijah McClain! Yo, real quick. I want everybody to scream as loud as they can for our people inside of here.
Hey y'all. So, we're stopped outside this jail, the same jail that me and my comrades were held in 2 months ago. And something that we became acutely aware of while we were inside is that the majority of people that are being kept in there have committed no crimes other than being poor. Shame! Shame! The only thing that they've done is being poor in a system that demands you pay to exist.
That's right.
There are people who couldn't pay parking tickets and fines, or who couldn't afford food, so they took what they needed to survive. There are people who struggle with addiction and mental illness, who don't have homes, and they find themselves breaking laws that criminalize trying to meet your most basic needs. These people are locked up in there right now. Meanwhile, the cops who murder and brutalize innocent members of our community are walking free on our streets. Not only are they just walking free, but they walk free while keeping their jobs, paid for by the very people that they assault, us. They walk free and are continually legally permitted and really expected to carry out more violence against our communities. If we lived with a just system, people wouldn't have to worry about having enough food to eat, or whether they're going to sleep on the streets, or whether they can afford mental health treatment. Because housing, food, and healthcare would be guaranteed for everyone in a just system. But we clearly do not live in a just system. While murderer cops patrol our streets, and the members of our community are locked up in there.
No more killing cops!
Police forces across the country have proven time and time again that they are incapable of doing their jobs without being racists and murderers. They have proven that they do not protect us, they will not protect us, and they do not keep us safe, but rather they do the opposite. These killer cops are a dangerous and brutal threat to our communities. So that's why we're out here. We're out here because we have to fight back. This is the only thing that they hear. This is the only thing that makes a difference, is us in the streets, the power of the people. And part of demanding justice means emptying these jails of the people in our communities who committed no real crimes, and instead filling these cells with the killer cops that stand in direct opposition to our well-being. So I'm just up here to say that we gotta fill these cells with those killer cops, jail these killer cops, and get them off our streets so they can't harm us anymore.
No good cops in a racist system.
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 All cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
The cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
Cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
The cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
Cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
The cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
Cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
The cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
Cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
The cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
Cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
You got too much shit, boss.
The cops in the Klan go hand in hand. Cops in the Klan go hand in hand. Cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
Cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
Cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
Cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
Cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
Cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
Who's got the power?
We got the power. People power. We got the power.
Down with the president.
Down with the president.
Up with the people.
Up with the people.
Down with the police.
Down with the police.
Up with the people.
Up with the people.
Down with the president.
Down with the president.
Up with the people.
Up with the people.
Down with the system.
Down with the system.
Up with the people.
Up with the people.
Down with the president.
Down with the president.
Up with the people.
Up with the people.
Down with the police.
Down with the police.
Up with the people.
Up with the people.
Down with the system.
Down with the system.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, these racist cops have got to go.
Hey, hey.
Ho, ho, these racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho,
These racist cops have got to go.
hey, hey, ho, ho,
These racist cops have got to go.
hey, hey, ho, ho.
These racist cops have got to
and Randy Rodima and Jason Rosenblatt. Fuck! We need to say their names more. Nathan Woodyard, Randy Rodima, Jason Rosenblatt, murderers. We want murder charges. We've all seen it. It was murder. We want nothing less. Nathan Woodyard, Randy Rodima, Jason Rosenblatt, murderers. We can't stop, won't stop. Kill those killer cops. 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 Can't
Elijah McClain. Say his name. Elijah McClain. Justice for Elijah McClain. Justice for Elijah McClain. Justice for Elijah McClain. Justice for Elijah McClain. We don't get no justice. Then they don't get no peace. We don't get no justice. Then they don't get no peace. We don't get no justice. Then they don't get no peace. If Elijah don't get justice, then they don't get no peace. If Elijah don't get justice, then they don't get no peace. If Elijah don't get justice, then they don't get no peace. If Elijah don't get justice, then they don't get no peace. I said if we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace. I said if we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace. I said if we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace. If Elijah don't get justice, then they don't get no peace. If Elijah don't get justice, then they don't get no peace. If Elijah don't get justice, then they don't get no peace. If Elijah don't get justice, then they don't get no peace. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Justice. How we gonna get it? People power. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Justice. How we gonna get it? People power. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Justice. How we gonna get it? People power. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Justice. How we gonna get it? People power. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Justice. How we gonna get it? People power. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Justice. How we gonna get it? People power. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Justice. How we gonna get it? People power. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Justice. How we gonna get it? People power. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Justice. How we gonna get it? People power. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Justice. How we gonna get it? People power. 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 Up with the people. Up with the people. Down with the police. Down with the police. Up with the people. Up with the people. Down with the system. Down with the system. Up with the people. Up with the people. Down with the prison. Down with the prison. Up with the people. Up with the people. Down with the police. Down with the police. Up with the people. Up with the people. Down with the system. Down with the system. Up with the people. Up with the people. Down with the prison. Down with the prison. Up with the people. Up with the people. Down with the police. Down with the police. Up with the people. Up with the people. Down with the system. Down with the system. Up with the people. Up with the people. Down with the prison. Down with the prison. Up with the people. Up with the people. Down with the police. Down with the police. Down with the police. Down with the police. I'm gonna make some noise for you guys, brothers and sisters. Who got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? People power. Who got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? People power. What power? People power. What power? People power. What power? People power. What power? People power.
Oh, sorry.
Let's go!
justice if we keep the pressure on Governor Polis and Attorney General Phil Weiser. We have to continue to do whatever it takes to make sure Elijah's killers face justice. Yes. We are tired of seeing the same story of black people of all ages being murdered by the hands of killer cops. Only the power of the people will end this. We will not be intimidated. We will stay strong. We will stay determined. We are vigilant, and we will not accept anything less than justice for Elijah McClain. Say his name. Elijah McClain. Say his name. Elijah McClain. So, to stay up to date with us for any future actions, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, where we are PSL Denver. And if you want to get involved in any actions that we had, just see one of us in a red shirt or sweater. And also, you can continue to support the organizers facing charges by signing the petition at pslweb.org, drop the charges, and donating to the defense fund at pslweb.org/donate4Denver or Venmo donate for Denver. So that's the end of it. I want to thank each and every one of you to come out. We didn't let the Trump people stop us, y'all. We stayed up here. We stayed strong. We didn't let them do anything to stop us.
So I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for coming out, staying strong, staying vigilant, and doing what we had to do, which was fight for justice for Elijah McClain.
Those two almost had an issue. We separated it. We don't need the fucking police to govern either side of us.
Y'all should be fucking embarrassed. Fucking hang yourself.
Yeah, y'all don't touch nobody. If you enter the dog, you don't touch her.
Wow, that was
This isn't a football game. There's legal mechanisms.
The mothers love you and they want you to come home. Oh, yeah. Come on, forward. Let's go. Push this way, right? All right. Follow me. Let's go. Hey. Keep it going. Keep it Hey, I like that. What's that gonna stand you from? Don't fucking
You gotta be on the other side of this line.
This one?
Yeah. Just go under. Just go under. Just go under. And you need to be on this side of these guys, the cops, okay? I'll get you through. I'll get you through.
No, I don't want to go through. I want to stay right here. You understand? I want to stay right here.
Okay, you don't. Okay.
Yeah, no. Oh,
All right, you're on this side of the line. You're good. You're good. Right here. Right here. No, right here.
okay.
What's your head like?
Now, if I want to, I'll be right here. I don't want to be like that. I can be right here.
You're good, man. You're good.
Right here.
Ain't no one messing with you.
Okay. I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, you staying warm though? Because I'm not. I'm not staying warm. It's cold on this side of the Capitol. Yes, it is.
It's 2 for 1 Jack, splat, just like that. Bringing you tons of information, that's where he's at. He goes around town covering topics you'd like to know. Well,